Hello everyone, it's Nootan and welcome back to my channel. Right now I thought let's have a talk with you. And the thing is, when it comes to do speaking practicing and you feel like not that much interesting, you are not feeling that much interest while doing speaking practicing, and you are not doing it anymore. You feel like so. So, what should be done in that case? I would recommend you that you should talk about your hobbies. Maybe you can talk some interesting topics which interest you, like talking about your hobbies, talking about uh, anything like which interest you. And hobbies can be one or more than one. So whatever hobbies you are having, I think you can talk about that in detail. When you do so, uh, you'll have automatically the content. You don't feel like getting stuck because you know already that what you have to say. So it's all up to you that you have to bring out from your comfort zone and then talk in English and do your speaking practicing while talking in English. And this is a good process in which you can find, first of all, the interest. And when you have the interest to do such speaking practicing, you will feel like I should do it one more time, and it is quite interesting. And getting stuck is not a big thing. You have to just decide that, oh, I'm to just do this, I'm to do the speaking practicing, and for this I have to adapt anything, any topic, so that you can make yourself speak in English, and the content which is stored in your mind will bring out in a speaking language, and that will be English speaking language. Okay, so you have to keep this thing into your mind that whenever you do your speaking practicing, you feel like you have the interesting points to talk about in English. And it definitely would be an interesting thing, like talking about your hobbies. And maybe you are having more than one hobby, then you can talk about that in detail. So if I talk about myself, if somebody asks me about my hobbies, I mentioned you, I think, four and five hobbies of mine in my previous video. But here I just want to explore in one hobby, one of my hobbies, and talk about that in detail. And the thing is, I love uh, cooking. I love making food for others and sometimes for myself. And each and every time I want it like a service, that I am serving food, I'm making food, and it's a good deed. And when I do so, when I cook food for my, whether it's my for my family or any person who come up my place, and then I make food for them, I feel like so much care and so much love and the affection, I would say. So when I make food for others, uh, I just think only positive things. Maybe uh, if I talk about you about cooking, when I cook food, most of the time I listen bhajans, and uh, despite of this thing, I keep on remembering the Almighty, the Supreme God while cooking food. So that's how I make my food for my family or anyone who come up my place. I make food while doing so, like thinking inwardly about the Almighty, the God. And I always feel like so much gratitude that this much I have on in my this life, and God has given me everything. So each and every moment I gratitude, I thank God for all of the things that He provided me. So I feel so much blessed when I do such things like making food, and if I'm helping others, and if I'm capable doing so, like helping others, whether it's by doing uh, anyone's work, physical work, like any sort of thing, like making food for others, or giving someone money if he needs that. So this sort of things I do most of the time, and I feel so blessed because God has given me this opportunity to serve people. Whether I'm making food for others, for my family, I do it with the positivity, with the thought of positivity, and each and every moment I feel so blessed, and the gratitude in my mind. And each and every time I talk about, in my mind I talk about these sort of positive things, like talking to the Almighty, the God, and the Supreme Power, and then I make food for my family, or whether it could be anyone, like the relationship of mine, maybe it could be anyone. So I make food for them. So whenever I do so, when I do so, it's not the thing that can be done off and on. This is the work that can be done at least for 3 times in a day. So throughout the day, I keep on thinking about the supreme power, and thank to God for giving me such opportunity to serve my family with the affection. So I accept this affinity given by the supreme power, the God. And apart from this, I just want to add up here that what sort of food I make. Like I I love baking foods, like making cake, donuts. I love to make them, and for others. I have so much craving for sweets, but off and on I have them. And besides this, I would say I can make all the things, like Indian food I can make so easily, so happily, because when I do such thing like making food, I do it wholeheartedly. And it gives me power. It gives me just that affection, and with that emotion, when I make food, it tastes so well, so delicious. So I would say that if you are making food for your family, you all have to do such things, like thinking about the God, and thanking to God for giving this opportunity, because there are many people around the world, they don't have the family, or maybe they don't have the parents. So we should thank to all of them, and first of all we should have that gratitude for the God. And while doing so, like while thinking about the God, I make all the things and do my household work. So it give me so much delightfulness. I feel always joyful and happy when I do such things. Whether I'm inwardly, if I'm having some pain like backache or headache, if I'm having, despite of this, I do my whole work wholeheartedly. Like throughout the day, I do my work with the happiness. And always keep this thing into your mind, that you must have the compassion for others. While you are feeding some poor people, you must have the compassion first of all, and just make them eat food, and do such things, like do such favor, so that they can uh, feed their stomach, so that they don't have to do strive hard work to get the food or meal. So we should have the sight of compassion for them inwardly, and we should feed poor people whenever we get that chance. So this is all about the cooking and cooking related things. So that's how you can explain things in English while talking to yourself, and you will not get that much bored of doing so. You will feel like interesting things you are doing, and you feel like more excitement while doing so. You will have the content while doing so, while talking about such hobbies or any topic you want it to bring out in English language while talking in English. So it will enhance your speaking skills. You don't feel like so much tedious or monotonous. You feel so interesting while doing so, and it will enhance your speaking skills. It is going to add up more and more content in your mind, and you'll feel like so much confident. So this is all for today. Thank you.